Okay, let me get you all up to speed because this is the worst case scenario for me. If you're a fan of Persona or you're a fan of Atlus, you probably have heard of the various rumors about an upcoming Persona 4 remake. They've been going on for a while, and they seem to be heating up lately. And they've come to a fever pitch because two voice actors for the English dub of Persona 4 Golden have come out and said they're not going to be in the remake. Which is kinda funny, since the remake hasn't been announced yet. Oh, Atlus and having some random shenanigans occur in the lead up to an announcement, or just a full game release never change. Both posts happened on Blue Sky. The first by Yuri Lowenthal, who voices Yosuke in Persona 4 Golden, who said, "And for those who keep asking, no, I will not be returning as Yosuke for the Persona 4 remake. I asked, maybe I even begged, but they don't want me to come back." For those who have played Persona 4, you know just how important the voice of Yosuke was to the game. Yuri Lowenthal breathed so much life into that character, and when I think of Persona 4, I think of Yuri Lowenthal's performance as one of the first things. And if that wasn't bad enough, we also have Erin Fitzgerald, who voices Chie in Persona 4 Golden, another one of my favorite characters, and also performances in the game, who posted, for those asking, "I have not been asked to reprise my role as Chie Satonaka in the Persona 4 remake. Rest in peace, crying emoji times 6. Honestly, same. I am blessed to have recorded as many Persona 4 games as I did playing her." Let's talk about it. Let's talk about just how important the voice acting was to Persona 4, at least for me, when we can expect to see a Persona 4 remake announcement. Sooner than you think, by the way. And also some weird conspiracies I've seen going around the internet, and by that I mean a couple of tweets. But you know we're gonna talk about them, and let's get right on into this. Okay, so, for me, if you were to ask what are my favorite voice acting performances in all of gaming, Persona 4 Golden would probably be my number one. It's like that or Halo 2. I hold the overall dub of Persona 4 Golden in the highest regard. It's a massive reason why I love Persona 4 Golden so much. And the delivery of the dialogue, despite being well written, is just so good that every joke in the game lands for me. Every character is likable and lovable. Every moment is sweet or emotional. It's a great performance overall. And I can only imagine this is how Persona 3 fans felt with the announcement of Reload changing all the voices. Now, when it concerns Persona 3 Reload, we can have our opinions about which version is better overall for the voice acting, whether that be Fez, Portable, or Reload, but I think we can all at least agree the job done in Reload was good overall. I quite enjoyed it, arguably even more so than the original, with a few exceptions here and there. But when it concerns Persona 4, this one's special to me. These are characters that I personally cannot disconnect from the voices that brought them to life so much for me. And these two in particular. Like, if you throw Kanji into the mix, like, these are my top three. These are my big three when it comes to voice acting performances in Persona. It's Yosuke, Chie, and Kanji. And I also think in particular, a lot of the most memorable moments in all of Persona 4 come as a direct result of these characters and of their voice actors, right? Like, just think about it. I can just say the lines of dialogue. I don't even need to play the clips. Partly because I don't have them, but also, I don't need to play the clips and your mind will naturally fill in the blanks if you've experienced this peak before. My Trial of the Dragon. We got a guy half stuck in the TV here. Yosuke desperately trying to not pee in the TV world initially. Or when Hanako jumps onto his motorcycle. The entire beach scene. Kanji talking about his animal crackers. Pick a line of dialogue by Adachi. I mean, the voice acting performance in Persona 4, to me, is so elite from start to finish. It's so good. I cannot separate those characters from those voices. And even if the new crew is good, because I think it's rather safe to assume, not fully, but it's probably decently safe to assume that a Persona 4 remake is going to happen. I mean, let's be fair here, it's going to make money. It's Persona 4. Like, these are big big pants to fill in my opinion. And I think Persona 4 does a great job exemplifying just how important voice acting can be when it comes to games, and when it comes to these stories, and when it comes to breathing life into these characters, and giving them so much staying power. Because don't get me wrong, these are well-written characters by themselves. You could play this game on mute and have an enjoyable time. It's just so much better with just how well executed this game was from start to finish, especially when it concerns the voice acting. And like, maybe, again, if the remake does exist, and Yuri Lowenthal and Erin Fitzgerald weren't just pulling a proverbial leg, maybe the other voice actors return, but we have precedent for this with Persona 3 Reload. The safer assumption is that it's a new cast, and maybe some voices return to voice other characters. But it will be absolutely hard and will take a lot of adjusting to get used to any other voice to match these characters. I don't personally see myself liking any other job as well as this one, but there's also a part of me that would want to give them the chance and the opportunity to prove me wrong. I just don't think I'm going to be wrong here. This is like asking someone to come off the bench and replace prime Tom Brady in the Super Bowl or something. It's a tall ask. Well, let's transition over to when can we actually expect to see Persona 4 Remake be announced? And I think there's two possible contenders, and again, sooner rather than you think, both in early June. First up, we have Summer Game Fest on June 6th. Bear in mind, Sega is listed as one of the partners for Summer Game Fest. Thank you, Jeff Keighley. So, like, maybe, right? Like, maybe when we watch Summer Game Fest on this YouTube channel together, on stream, maybe we will end up seeing a Persona 4 Remake announcement there. The other contender, and one that I kind of think is more likely, is another showcase that we will watch together on this stream, on this YouTube channel, the Xbox Games Showcase, on Sunday, June 8th. Recently, Atlus likes to announce stuff at either Xbox shows or heavily featuring Xbox. It wouldn't surprise me if at this Xbox Games Showcase, they just announced Persona 4 Remake, whatever they want to call it. Both of these events happen within a couple of days of each other in early June. That's not far away. And with the timing of these posts by Yuri Lowenthal and Erin Fitzgerald, perhaps an announcement is actually imminent. It wouldn't be particularly surprising to me. Like, the timing does make sense. These are big shows. This would be a big game that Atlus would heavily want to feature and market. This makes a lot of sense to me. Now let's talk about those juicy conspiracy theories. I don't want to dwell on the wording of these specific posts too much, because chances are it just means nothing. Like, yeah, is it a bit weird that both messages essentially start with saying, for those who ask, or some version of that? Maybe, and like some people are drawing connections and saying, oh, maybe this is some weird marketing scheme by Atlus. I don't think so. If it does turn out to be that, whatever, but I'm just gonna take them at their word. And I don't think it's particularly fair after they have explicitly said that they're not coming back to revoice these characters to theorize and yap about, oh, they're actually coming back if you read between the lines. What I wouldn't be surprised to see, though, is some of these voice actors coming back to voice other characters in the Persona 4 remake than the characters they initially voiced, because Atlus did this before with Persona 3 Reload. If you paid attention to quite a few of the other side characters, like the officer you could sell all your weapons to, yeah, they were voiced by a lot of the main crew from Persona 3 back in the day. They didn't come back to revoice the main characters, at least most of them, but they did come back to voice other characters, and maybe we could see a similar situation happen here with Persona 4 Golden. Voice actors coming back to voice, well, side characters in Persona 4 Remake. These are exceptionally talented voice actors, so they could absolutely pull it off. But for me, the moment I make that connection, I'm just gonna see the original character. I can already tell. But like, either way, I know the idea of a Persona 4 remake can be quite controversial to a lot of people, because at this point in time, a lot of us are just looking forward to Persona 6. It's been so long, and we just want to see an entire new game. I get that. I was always expecting them to do a Persona 4 remake at some point. I just thought it was going to be after Persona 6. But like, also, let's not kid ourselves, Persona 3 Reload did very well, I believe, for Atlus, and Persona 4 Remake almost certainly would do extremely well as well. Wouldn't surprise me if Persona 6 still needs quite a bit of time, and it wouldn't surprise me if they utilized a lot of the same functionality and backend stuff from Persona 3 Reload to create Persona 4 Remake, to make the development cycle easier and possibly even quicker. That wouldn't surprise me at all, and if they could get that game online in a far more timely manner than, say, Persona 3 Reload, they could also get Persona 4 Remake out of the door quicker, just to tide people over before Persona 6 eventually comes out, because let's be fair here, we all know there's going to be a Persona 6 at some point. We're just waiting, and then waiting, and then waiting some more. But yeah, of all the things I wanted Persona 4 Remake to possibly change or alter or tweak from the original experience, the voice acting was not one of them. And I get it, it's been a long time, it could be exceptionally hard to bring back every voice from all those years ago, right? Logistically speaking, I get it. But when Yuri Lowenthal is essentially saying, look, I asked, I even possibly begged, paraphrasing, that's not a good look. Maybe they couldn't get one key voice back and they thought it would just be really awkward if they changed that one character only, so they did a Persona 3 Reload and just said, we're changing them all. Maybe the logic was, oh, we couldn't get all the voices back, so we just said, you know what, we're gonna go for a whole new crew. Or they just wanted a fresh start, who knows, it's hard to tell. But we'll see what happens. Who even knows what Persona 4 Remake even ends up looking like? I still hope we get a bit of a dungeon overhaul overall. And also, I really hope they add the girl from the Beef Bowl shop into the game from the anime, because she was really funny there. Who knows what the future holds, but hopefully, if we do end up going back to Inaba, it'll be one hell of a trip down memory lane. So here's where you come in. Leave a comment down below with who was your favorite character from Persona 4 Golden? Or what was your favorite line of dialogue? What was your favorite voice acting performance? What was your favorite thing about Persona 4 Golden? I would love to hear your thoughts, hear your opinions, and hear your perspectives. For me, my favorite character is Kanji. My favorite line of dialogue is my trial of the dragon. And I think with that, I'll call the video there for the day. Thank you all for tuning in. Please leave a like and subscribe if you liked the video and you want to see more content. I know I would appreciate it. Stay safe, have a great day, go play some video games, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody, until we meet again.